Live sports, the pastime of millions of Americans and billions of fans across the world, starting with the Berlin Summer Olympics in 1936 and then in America for the first time for college baseball in 1939. Live sports broadcasts have had an ever-growing impact on the entertainment industry and American culture as a whole. Even predating television, sports fans would gather around the radio for live commentary and updates on the big games. People are infatuated with athletic competition, and the success of live broadcasts allow for them to be on full display for a national and international audience who otherwise would have no means of watching. In this video, we will take the time to understand the growing impact and influence of live sports, and more importantly, the hard work that goes on behind the scenes to put the shows together. Specifically, we'll be looking at the production, engineering, and broadcasting work done by the Chanticleer Sports Network at Coastal Carolina University. In a partnership with ESPN+, Chanticleer Sports Network, or CSN for short, between basketball, baseball, lacrosse, volleyball, soccer, and football, uses a combination of student workers and full-time professionals to broadcast over 100 live games a year. With the help of Athletic Director for Broadcast and Technology Alex Souza and the Digital Content Coordinator Joshua Whitlow, we will better understand the challenges and successes of the broadcast and the impact they have on the brand of the university. Before any event is put on the air, days of work is done behind the scenes by the broadcast crew. Depending on the game, it could take a full week of preparation, between transporting the trailer, running cables, building cameras, testing systems and pre-built packages and graphics. Crew need all hands on decks for producing a show.
One of our challenges is just being able to produce on an ESPN brand what people expect. Because they don't care if it has a plus after it. They, if it says ESPN, they expect ESPN. So that's our challenge, is being able to keep up with the Joneses of college athletics with our budget, with students, and with our infrastructure.
With most of the student crew unavailable for most days during the week, that leaves those who can be there with much more to cover. One of the first things for the crew to tackle is running cables and testing the feed from the cameras back to the trailer. The scale of the show itself dictates how the show will be built. Smaller productions such as soccer or softball use what they call home run cables that essentially run a direct line from the camera to the director and replay operator. For larger productions such as football, they use fiber boxes. The fiber boxes are placed outside the stadium near the trailer and at the various camera positions inside. Fiber optic cables are run underground, sinking the boxes, allowing for the most efficient method of data transmission. The most obvious aspect of the broadcast for the viewers is the camera work. Camera serves as the eyes for the trailer and, more importantly, for the audience. CSN shows have had up to 8 cameras and are almost always operated by student workers, which means the crew is often learning on the fly before and during the games.
During the game, it's, students like yourself, they're not in it like we are all day, or like a freelancer is, doing shows all the time for ESPN, or a full-timer or anything like that. So it's, having to either strip back or really structure what we're doing. And we would love for everyone to kind of be here all the time, but they can't because they have classes. So during a show, it's like, why aren't they doing this? Well, they're not here all the time. It's not inbred, and it's not, in their mind at all times. So that's a challenge, but it also, when people start to get it, it's a success and something that we're really proud of.
Although stressful, this allows for the students to grow and develop within the program. Another key factor in a successful sports broadcast is the director and replay operator. Stationed beside each other in the trailer, the two positions work hand in hand in ultimately deciding what shots to show and when. The replay op uses a 3-play system that is connected to the feeds of the available cameras. The responsibility is to provide the director with instant replays and to create video packages, whether that be halftime and post-game highlights or pre-recorded segments such as an interview or a mic'd-up player. The director uses a switcher board that shows the feed of each camera, the replays, and the graphics. Directors use their headsets to guide the camera operators to the optimal live shots. They also work with the producers and graphics ops to show game stats and sponsors throughout the production. Besides producers, directors, and replay, the rest of the trailer consists of audio engineers and graphics ops. A vital element of a broadcast is telling the story of the game. The graphics ops brings a lot of that aspect to the broadcast by highlighting certain things throughout, whether that be statistics, player infos, or the implication of the game. Graphics help enhance the audience's experience. While the graphics can help tell the story, the audio engineers are what immerses the viewers with the broadcast. They are responsible for the talent mics that control the audio of the commentators and the NAP mics that pick up in-game sounds. These mics catch sounds such as the crowd and other game elements such as the rim on a basketball hoop, the crack of a baseball bat, or a big hit in football. A good audio engineer helps bring life to the broadcast and increase the overall experience for the viewers. Along with the live production, the crew works alongside the social media and content creators for the university.
Yeah, I think they can work very well hand in hand from a day-to-day perspective of, hey, we did this really cool feature with this athlete. Maybe during halftime of our shows, a lot of times we just cover it. Maybe we start rolling our walk and talks or our interviews into halftime and can literally provide direct content for broadcast. Or hey, we film packages, and sometimes we'll do that with more of a creative camera and then import on the broadcast. And we've even done like opens, like I'll go just get here early and shoot the open and then just give it to our broadcast people and they import it, and then they don't have to go shoot an open, and we can kind of get different angles. So there's definitely ways that they can work together. And then what they do for us is we like live cut the games with broadcast, and we get the broadcast clips and we put them on social media. So the broadcast supplies the social and vice versa. So they definitely go hand in hand.
The content crew works to showcase the various teams for those who can't catch the live games. Whether that be score updates, stat graphics, or player interviews, the social media content allows fans of the university to stay up to date with the sports without having to catch the games live. All the work done between the broadcast and content crew is for the purpose of boosting the university's brand. A good broadcast does more than showcase the home team. It can represent the athletic department as a whole, whether it be a marquee matchup or simply allowing the athletes' parents to watch from home. The broadcasts show off the capabilities of the university.
I think at a very micro level, we're getting a lot of our student athletes come from all over the world and all over the country. We're just getting them into their parents' homes. We're getting them to be able, they just probably watch their kid all the way up through high school, and then all of a sudden they're a freshman across the country. They don't think, they can't get out here except for maybe once a year, and now they can see them every game. Just last year, our baseball game against Duke had 50,000 viewers. That's a huge opportunity, whether the team does well or not, to tell our story, to showcase our university.
All the hard work that goes into a broadcast before, during, and after games is for the purpose of highlighting the great things about the university and increasing brand recognition. Increased notoriety starts a snowball effect for the university, which can increase admissions, budget, donations, and recruitment. All this goes to show that the broadcast and social media content are crucial for the growth of the university. And with the way things are going, the responsibility to the school's branding will only increase over time.